Good morning. If you're not familiar with the term NIMBYism, let me just explain that real quick. It is the syndrome where people like to support a belief or opinion so long as they don't actually have to deal with that problem that requires the support and solution. Not in my backyard. NIMBYism. So one example is like people who know there's a homelessness problem, but then go and vote against allowing houses to build what are known as accessory dwelling units, ADUs. Think of like a mother-in-law. They used to be called mother-in-laws or something similar, to where you build essentially another house or a room, either connected or detached, on your property so someone can live there. It's quite the peak of hypocrisy. And in Seattle, Washington, it's something we have to deal with quite severely because we have quite a homelessness problem, and then also quite a NIMBY problem. Bunch of NIMBY bimby bitches up in this place. But there's even a bigger recent example that's hitting the news right now: the immigration crisis that America is experiencing, and it is truly a crisis because we're already fucking struggling. Most of our cities, most of our big cities are overran with homelessness, addiction. Most Americans are overweight. Most Americans are in debt, we can't handle more fucking people. We just can't. It's not a compassion or humanity thing. It's a pragmatic, rational thing. And it is a compassionate humanity thing towards the people who want to live in America and who want to contribute to this greater community, to the values that used to drive this community: life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Stultification. To render something futile or ineffective through means of absurdity or highlighting the wild nature of something. Stultification. And we're witnessing all of that sequence in real time. The highlighting of democratic hypocrisy, people who love to want to vote in sanctuary cities and increase immigration, they're now very unhappy that there are immigrants in their neighborhoods. Fucking hypocrites. If you don't know what I'm talking about, some border states like Texas and Florida are working to redistribute illegal immigrants throughout the country to cities that have declared that they are sanctuary cities, so cities that are willing to accept these illegal immigrants. And this is funny because these are people who live north of the border, who live landlocked or away from the border, and they're saying, yeah, sure, we like immigration. Bring them on in. We don't have to deal with it. We'll let the southern border states who don't like immigration, a little ironic there, isn't it? The people who live next to the border know what's fucking up. So, in quite masterful troll fashion, I do believe DeSantis and Greg Abbott, two Republican governors, Florida and Texas, have then sent buses and planes of migrants to kind of high-profile liberal areas like Martha's Vineyard. I've only ever heard of it in the TV shows, but I just know that it's a place for the rich people. The rich people. Fuck them. I don't hate all rich people, but a lot of them are assholes. I like capitalism, though. I do. But I don't like rich hypocrites telling me how to live my life, rich hypocrites trying to tax the shit out of my life, trying to control the shit out of my life. No, fuck you guys. You're only trying to do that because it keeps you in control. It keeps you in power. It keeps the money flowing to you. That's all this fucking fascist game of America is. It's to keep the money flowing to the people at top. This is not a capitalistic country. Our leaders are the biggest fucking hypocrites. Both sides. Both sides. I know I constantly shit on the left because they're worse, but both sides are shit. Both sides are shit. Conservatives always talking about freedom, but don't accept me for this. That's not true. More and more of them are coming around. I've just had bad interactions with friends and family in the past over it, which has tainted me a little. And I do want to shit more on the conservatives because I do see that the culture war pendulum is going to shift. It is shifting. We're seeing it, which is good. But I would prefer the shift, the momentum created for this shift to be entirely redirected. So instead of just swinging all the way to the right or further to the right, why don't we go a brand new direction? That's what the Great Awakening is. And here's the simplest way to describe the difference between the Great Awakening and the Great Reset. One group of people is trying to free you, the Great Awakening, while the other group of people are trying to enslave you, the Great Reset, which we must fight, which these hypocritical global leaders are a part of. Barack Obama, who lives in Martha's Vineyard, who apparently has like an 8 to 10 room mansion on a 30-acre plot of land, but they can't, help a few few immigrants out. It's like literally like the Hunger Games. Literally like the Hunger Games. We have these rich, powerful, successful people who dress up in wild clothing to celebrate each other and jerk each other off, all while, telling us there's not enough to go around and telling us we need to do this and do that and, follow these rules and obey, obey, obey. Jennifer Lawrence, you fucking bitch. Oh, I used to have a crush on you, and I used to love you because I did think you were a badass female protagonist who was truly trying to fight the establishment. All the while, didn't I realize you were part of the establishment? You have nightmares about Tucker Carlson. I don't want to diminish your mental health, but I do want to follow up a little bit because how do you feel about Harvey Weinstein? Because you're friends with him. Help. Yeah, so if The Hunger Games was a badass fucking movie. I really thought that was like a movie that could help unite people to some sort of collective revolution, but not a communist one. No, no, no. Research, Operation or Project Mockingbird, CIA, Honeypot. She is now just working for the deep state global cabal that runs the media and runs our institutions and our banks and everything. She's running interference. She's acting still. She's an actress, but now she's acting in real time. She is being fed these scripts and this narrative. She needs to become this person now. She's fake. She is now just putting out fake news. But that's, if you're like me and you've gone through an awakening journey, you've come to realize that you really can't have any, I don't want to use the word heroes, but you can't have any heroes. Everyone's going to let you down. It's eye-opening, and it's earth-shattering, and it's soul-crushing at times, but in the end, worth it, because if you've seen the Matrix movie, there's the character, I think his name is Cypher, the guy who screws over the crew because he wants to be plugged back in. Nah, I wouldn't go back for nothing. I don't care how hard my life has been, how hard life it's going to be. Truth, wisdom, the pursuit of what is good, that means so much more. Yeah, having a mansion would be fucking radical. Oh my God. And you know what? I would help people if I had a mansion. I would help people. If I had property, that's like one of my dreams, is to have property and to just help my community. We'll get there someday. But first, we got to deal with these NIMBY, bimby, hypocritical bitches. Much love, y'all.